come on down to the river with my troop, Trampus!
I suppose. Alright. Hey everybody, we are Trampus! Alright, we do a mixture of storytelling and improv, and all we need to get started from you is any word. First word to think of. Robot. What? Robot. Robot, thank you.
So I have a friend who somehow like his college major was something in robotics. And I thought that was kind of a joke. Except like the joke's on me because now he makes a lot of money. And he actually won a big competition when he was in college out in Las Vegas. And it's apparently a really big robotics competition. And I thought like he was making like literal robotics and then like little robots that could do cool stuff. But it turns out like, I don't know, they're just like, it's sort of just a term. They're not really robots, they're just sort of
NPR has been reporting a lot on robots lately, and I was reassured because they said that robots aren't going to take over anytime soon. I thought that was great news because they cannot problem solve. For example, this robot was supposed to open a door, pull the door towards himself, herself, itself, move. The doorknob fell off. And the robot had a full meltdown and could not continue on with its tasks.
One of my most disappointing moments after I started my job in IT was, they mentioned about like this robot or whatever that like moved the tapes around. So like I was hoping it would be like an actual robot, like walking around like that in the data center and shit, who I could like hang out with and stuff. But it was just a little arm lifting the things up and down, which was almost as disappointing as when my father told me that life is just a soul-sucking existence for work is a soul-sucking.
Robots reminds me of Cylons in Battlestar Galactica, and there's a Portlandia sketch that's called Battlestar Galactica Will Ruin Your Life. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but it's totally true. Because one summer, there was an entire week one summer where I couldn't stop watching Battlestar Galactica episodes on Netflix, and literally be up until 3 o'clock in the morning, like it hurt to open my eyes. I was just like, one more episode, and it was, yeah, I mean, you could lose your job, you could completely lose all sense of hygiene.
But I don't, just you. It's just you that I can manage myself.
You keep telling yourself that, but one of these days you're going to spiral out of control.
Look, I need to watch Breaking Bad. I've never seen it before, and now everything's on Netflix.
Mr. President, I understand that you feel the need to catch up on this popular show and connect with America, but there are things to do.
I need to make relevant jokes. I'm looking out of touch because,
we only have a year left, Mr. President. 1 year.
Sir, I appreciate you wanting to get more in touch with the American people, getting them into the pop culture and so forth. Don't you think this is a bit much? There's a fucking meth lab in the back of the White House!
And I am serving the people well. Congress has never performed this well.
This is not good. This is not good. Somebody's gonna get, I check my phone every day. I'm checking the news sites. So they're gonna get wind of this. We're in the 24/7 news cycle here, alright?
It's okay, man. I checked it out with the DEA, and they said it's cool. As long as, it's only for experimental use. And we're just experimenting with government employees, so...
Who the hell did you appoint the head of the DEA that they say
that friend of mine I used to pass the duty to?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well...
a couple weeks ago, I was working with my coworker Chetan at the store where I work, which is part of a nonprofit organization. And Jatan definitely had absolutely no idea who the president of our company was, because the president of our company, like the tippy-top woman, came into shop, and Jatan decided to put on like the Jatan show, even though I kept looking over at Jatan and like, down, simmer down, bring it down. And when the president of our company decided to pay at the register, she gave us a very generous gift, which would go back to the nonprofit that we work for. And Jatan was like, oh yeah!
My first job was at, I was in 6th grade or something like that, working at my church rectory, answering the door and answering the phones. And the guy who was my boss, it was like the pastor, the priest of the church, was just a complete asshole. So I guess I'll probably go to, if there's a hell, I'm going to go there for, as if I wasn't already going there. But I would always just screw with him constantly. Like, he would just remind me to like turn the light off out front after a certain hour, and I would just play dumb and do it every single week. I would just leave it alone.
And you think that you can get into heaven anyway? I appreciate your honesty, but
well, I mean, I figured, you pretty much let anyone in here. I mean, it can't be that exclusive of a club.
Do we now?
I'm just assuming. I mean,
I don't think that you understand. It's actually gotten kind of overcrowded up here, what with the population boom and everything. So I'm going to need to hear some evidence of some do-goodery or something, because I mean that's a sort of me that you insulted down there. So
Welcome, son. I'm glad you can make it. I think you'll like it here. Real nice. You'll fit right in. Oh, Father David's over there.
oh, hey, see, that was the guy I screwed with all the time. So it seems like I should have gotten more points for that, and I shouldn't have ended up. Not that I'm not happy to be here. I am, I mean, you've been very welcoming and accommodating of me. It's just that there's a little more fire and being poked in the ass with a poker and stuff like that I really even thought about from.
hi, there wasn't any room up there, so Martha Stewart. Down here, I mean, I know I made some mistakes, but I thought, at least I could. Where did you go? Just
So you're going to bake for us.
I could. I could cook a turkey. I need to do this Afghan. Great for coloring, but I really would. I would like to try to move my way up.
Flourless chocolate cake, please.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. First, we
And some macarons.
first we take some coconut and add it to the butter and sugar. It's really quite easy.
Maybe it's.
Yeah, you'll like it.
This isn't so bad after all.
I feel right at home, really.
What do you have for
You don't
entertainment?
even need an oven.
It's quite warm.
If you have Catholic parents and you really want to mess with them, the best thing to do is tell them when you're like 13 and you've decided that you're punk rock, that you don't believe in heaven or hell, and you don't feel that you have to do anything nice for anyone ever again. And it will make them go extra days to church and say extra prayers, and might even make your
I actually think the best way to get your parents when they're super Catholic is to like have a non-Catholic wedding, which is what I'm currently planning. And I'm going like full sinner here. Like it's just gonna be like outdoors, like no Christianity whatsoever. Although I am having my cool non-Muslim aunt say a prayer, and I think that probably just annoys them.
I went to a very non-traditional wedding a couple years back up in Maine, and it was on this island, and we took this rickety boat out there, and it took a long time to get there, and it was really fun and very free and not traditional or structured at all. And sadly, the couple that got married is now splitting up, which is very sad. But I was talking to my friend, the bride, about it, and she said, yeah, all this stuff is happening, and I'm really glad we're not legally married. And I was like, what? What was the thing that I went to? where it wasn't traditional, but you were wearing a dress.
Yeah, you know, I wanted a ceremony. I needed the china and everything. Come on.
So you're just going to keep all the gifts.
Well, it's not like the ceremony didn't happen. You don't have to give it back when you divorce or non-divorce.
But you didn't actually get married, so
That's why it's a non-divorce. So.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I just don't understand why that means we have to go to this Chippendales.
Well, I mean, I'm celebrating my non-divorce.
You're
And
single,
I am
though.
single.
I want to be a supportive friend. It's a little, you know.
Oh, what? The men are
I mean, it's just, you know, it's a little sketch. It's not what I would have thought as women in our 40s we would be doing.
I know.
On our weekends.
This is much more exciting. I mean, have you seen Roger? You remember Roger?
Yeah.
You went to high school with him. He's not.
I'm sorry it took me so long to park the car. Don't go anywhere. I went to the 7-Eleven and I took a 50 and I had 50 once.
I thought that you were
For that one.
Oh, so you've been here. I don't have to stay. It looks like you've been here before, so
We have a group table in the back. We're getting bottle service.
you did email me that coupon. Right, well, I guess I'll try it.
I have ones for everybody. I want to make sure my granddaughter has a good time.
We're the best friends.
All right, ladies, you ready to have
There
a
he
good
is.
time?
Hi, Roger.
First off, let me apologize. Yeah, I'm not as svelte as the Chippendales used to be, but we cater mainly to the ladies in their 40s now, and we give a shit one way or the other, you know.
Roger, I appreciate your honesty. I appreciate your honesty. And your nudity, too.
all very much appreciated, Roger.
The doubts are still under there somewhere, I know.
If you really tip me well, I'll lift up my gut so you can see the full show. You
Yeah,
know?
Roger, I feel a little uncomfortable since, you know, we've known each other since high school. It's, you know, it's a small town.
No, that's not. Such good friends for so long. Don't talk like that.
Sorry, I accidentally grazed your man boob there, Roger. I apologize. I'm sure you don't like to be touched while you're at work.
Oh, hey, it's all free. Go for it.
Well, okay.
Let's see here. I remember the first time I went to a strip club, and it is just, you know, I always thought it's always like made up in your mind to be like something so awesome and everything like that, but I was kind of disappointed right away just to see, not that I didn't know it was going to be a complete and total cash grab, but the extent to which it is a complete and total cash grab, I think, is just will floor you once you go in there if you've never been. So that was a bit of an eye-opener.
So I read an article today about strippers in the city paper because I saw that the headline said it was about strippers. And I was like, well, I gotta read this. And it was basically like how sad it is to work in some of these clubs. Like all the girls have to have lockers with like separated locks that they have to bring in individually, or else all their stuff will get stolen by the other dancers. Because everyone, I guess, just needs money. Which is understandable, you know, everyone needs money. But
a couple of weeks ago, I saw my neighbor from across the street. I've lived across the street from her for 17 years, and I asked her what her daughter was doing because last I heard she was a vet tech trimming, you know, puppies' toenails. So I said, is she still a vet tech? No. Oh, is she working at that bar at One Falls Road? No. And then my neighbor, who I know pretty well, really hesitated for a long time. She goes, yeah, she's working at Scores. And I was like, Scores? Yeah, Scores. Like, touchdown.
Oh, like Scores.
Scores.
Like a brothel?
It's not really.
Or like soccer?
Uncle Mike, it's a dance club.
Well, you always liked dancing.
I
think
know.
That's great. That you're
I
following
know.
your passion.
Why not dance and get paid for it and wear very little clothing at the same time so I
Whoa,
don't get
whoa,
hot?
whoa. Very little clothing?
Hot.
Well, I don't want you to get overheated.
I'm prone to that.
But you know, maybe you guys should go down there and talk to your boss about turning on the air conditioning. You know, your parents, when they died, left you in my care, and I understand you want to take some time off.
Oh my God, I can't believe this. My little girl is working at a strip club. Let me guess, is it what is it, the Gold Club or Chaos or is it so? Oh my God, I don't even know if I want to hear this.
Jimmy's.
Jimmy's?
Jimmy's. I feel like you couldn't be too loud at engagement.
My little girl is working at Jimmy's? I've never been so proud in my life. That's like the classiest strip club of all. Oh, your grandmother is going to be so proud. I can't wait.
Grams will love this. You know, we should take a family trip, I think, and go see her on her first day.
Absolutely. We'll get all everybody. It'll be like, you know, usually we have the family
Lots of
barbecue.
Lots of
Oh, you know it. Don't we know it?
I'm so glad you're so supportive. I was worried that, you know, you might get conservative when you thought about your little girl, but it's so good you got her best interest at heart.
Well, again, when I thought it was going to be one of those low-level strip clubs, I'll be honest, I didn't have the highest hopes for you.
Now, she did audition, and that's what they call it, at Circus, but thankfully I talked her into having another audition at Jimmy's.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
I
Well, you want to go for the top quality.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, I figure it's how we met, and so maybe she'll have a nice partner.
Thank you for coming for the interview. Please have a seat.
Thank you so much.
We have a very extensive interview and application process here at Jimmy's. So, as you know, this is your 5th interview. And we will be with the committee. You will have to interview. Very nice. Very nice. That's very good. No, keep doing that. So you will rotate to various employees.
I'm great at rotations.
Okay, I will make a note of that. Very nice. All right, so let's go over some of your inspirations and why you want to do this.
Long ago, I was greatly inspired by Blaze Starr. My grandfather took me to meet her when I was a little girl, and that's my mom.
Oh,
We thought maybe we could
She
do another
thought
daughter act.
she thought that she would come out of the car and come in with me.
this is what we call helicopter parenting. This is very at a professional interview.
I asked her to stay in the car. I left it running with the air.
You know, I once performed with Blaze Starr.
With a baton and tap shoes, mind you.
She was flirting with you during the interview? Oh my God, that's appalling. This is a professional establishment here. We do high-quality dancing. What do they think? We're just some cheap thing for bimbos and stuff?
It's like they don't respect the profession of stripping.
It's a lost art,
It's a
you
lost-
know? It really is.
We have a reputation to uphold. I shudder to think what our stockholders would do if they heard that our strippers were being flirtatious inappropriately.
Oh my God, they were great.
So this past weekend, I was with my fiance and some of his friends, and they started talking about a bachelor party. And so I don't know why I said this, but I offered, which hopefully they will not hold me to this, but I was like, oh, I'm the only stripper you're gonna see that night. And so then they were like, oh, that means you have to strip for all of us. And so, Jason, I know you'll be there. But so I'm gonna have to come up with some kind of creative way, I think, to manage stripping without stripping.
When I was a little girl and my grandparents asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up, I knew they were hoping I was going to say veterinarian or an attorney, or I said cocktail waitress. I was like 8, and my grandfather was like horrified. And my mom was like, oh, she's just being funny. I'm like, I'm not being funny. I like how you get to walk around and you get those cherries and the drinks and a little teeny tiny umbrella in the drink bowl. Why not?
Why not, right? Well, look at them. Screw those guys. You reached your dream. You're the best damn cocktail waitress I've ever had working for me here.
Thank you, Jimmy. You're 5 o'clock, sir.
Thank you. That's the most beautiful tea set I've ever seen. So,
I don't mean to tear up, but I sometimes feel like maybe I should have dreamed bigger. Bigger than being a cocktail waitress at Jimmy's on Baltimore Street.
what are you trying to say here?
I could have studied robotics! Yeah!
This is my family establishment. I think it's a pretty special...
Can't let her leave. I'm not losing her.
She's our best employee.
We can't let her leave. You know how much shit she has on us? She knows everything. She knows where the money goes. She knows about the bottle service.
That's some pretty heavy stuff.
She knows about Larry Hogan and the bottle service. I mean, we can't.
Speaking of terrible jobs, when I was in high school, my very first job was working at a ski resort up in Maine, and I was part of the housekeeping crew. I lasted about 3 weeks, but on my very first day, I'm 16 years old, on my very first day, at the end of the day, they're like, okay, one of the guests has accused someone on the housekeeping staff of stealing money from their rooms. We're gonna have to bring you all in for questioning into this like little room, and the police were there, and so they're like, we're just gonna ask you a few questions. So I get pulled in. I've never like had a job before or anything. I'm scared out of my mind. They pull me in, they're like, so did you clean that room? Were you there alone? And I'm basically sitting there. I'm about to burst into tears. Like, I just want to go home. It was the worst experience ever. And like thinking back on it, I'm like, who cares? It was probably like $40 from some rich person staying at this fancy resort. I can't even believe they noticed it.
Where I work, I work at an adolescent drug treatment center, so I see youth, like 15, 16-year-olds they get picked up from the treatment center and they have to go to jail. So I'm not really sure what do they do in the treatment center that makes them get arrested? But it happens every week.
We're losing a lot of good men out on the street, that's for sure.
I mean, I can't afford to lose.
Hey, you got a nickel?
How can we protect ourselves? I just, you're really brilliant. The police, they come down, they shake us down for money, and then
We're just trying to earn an honest living. I play my music, you sell the drugs. It's a system that works.
Obama. Oh, I know. Well, he's gonna die. Don't tell him. He's gonna die here. So I'm saying, if Obama is sending someone here, that means we should
basically public servants. We are. No one else is doing what we're doing. Every day, day in and day out.
Man, we are.
I mean, talk about community organized.
Do you know how many people? You're right. You're right. You know, people would go into withdrawal without us. You know that sucks.
Unfortunately, one time my brother ate shrooms on pizza, and he was enjoying the pizza so much that he overdid it with the shrooms. He drove himself to GBMC's emergency room and called my mom and said, I had mushrooms. So my mom called me and said, we have to go get your brother, he had mushrooms. My mother was convinced my brother had extreme food poisoning. And the whole ride over in the car, I had to explain to her what shrooms were. It was not a good day at all.
I hear you, and I gotta say, I like your pitch. The stuffed crust may not have worked out quite like we wanted it to.
That's right, Papa John. But shrooms in this college town, hell yeah. Put them on there.
I tried crack on pizza as a short-lived promotion back in the 80s. But this, I believe, can be camouflaged in there.
Absolutely. They can do half and half.
All right, everybody, circle up. It looks like the shroom stuffed crust is a big hit. Also, Jane, your idea to make the hashish look like oregano, brilliant. I'm loving the creativity that we're seeing at Papa John's. We need more. We're still behind dominoes.
How about make it taste good?
And we're Trampus!
Ladies in there. And what about that guy? Was he awesome? Yeah. Good looking too. Nobody clapped for that. But, no, alright, it's been a great first half. Ian Salyers, Dalen Morrison, Trampus. We've got so much more going for you. Still got Moonbot, still got Championship Comics. First off, we got intermission. So take about a 10-minute or so break and go see Tad and come